Yo, what's up, guys? Good morning. All right, so today's Thursday. Actually, it's Friday. Holy shit, June the 3rd. I'm I got really early because I wanted to take a look at the market to see what the fuck is going on lately. And clearly a lot has been going on lately, so lots of fear in the market still despite that huge bounce. And just to give everybody an update on the book, like unfortunately I'm still editing it. I'm having a lot of trouble finding the time to balance between settling into the house. Lots of housework to be done. Of course, managing the group here, trying to trade as well, life in general. So I apologize for keeping everybody when I'm still editing the book. It should be done definitely this week. I'm on edit page 133 of 201, which should fly by. I should probably get about 30 to 40 pages a day done. So I'm expecting to get it to the publisher like by probably Monday. Then Friday I'll get it back, and then hopefully the early Monday after that. So in about 10 days I'll have it shipped out. I do apologize for that. I'm not really the best when it comes to time frames, to be honest. So let's get into this right away, okay? So the fear and greed index is simply a measure of simply right here, right? People's emotions in the market right now. And there's a gigantic amount of fear in the market. If we take a look at the overall maximum fear versus greed index here, you're seeing that every time we reach really low numbers, we end up spiking to the upside hard, all the way to the 100 greed. It's not always a measure of it's not a measure of volatility or price action. It's just a measure of the emotions. And from what we've seen, that when it gets to these low points right here, they tend to bounce up pretty hard. Taking a look at the market cap here, we recovered. We were at 1.211 yesterday, actually 2 days ago. Now we're at 1.254. So definitely a slight recovery here. We're seeing Bitcoin kind of bounce to the upside, carrying a lot of coins with it as well. Some coins doing a lot better than others. Some coins staying stagnant, but most charts right now kind of look like Bitcoin. They come down and they go up like that. See, every single coin pretty much looks like Bitcoin, right? BNB, Cardano, XRP, Doge, Dot, right? WBTC. All of these coins are just doing the exact same thing, right? So yeah, so right now we take a look at Bitcoin and we're just seeing it range. Okay, we're seeing it range here hard, which is kind of annoying because we don't know exactly what's gonna happen in the next few days, and it's unfortunately like this is what happened, right? If you take a look at this trend line breakout that occurred, okay, just something like that, we ended up bouncing right on top of it. See that? Where it hits all these points right here, and then now it hits the lower trend line, and then it bounced above it. So that was kind of not expected, but certainly a point of reference. We recovered about 5% so far, but 5% was enough to shake up the market and rally some coins like OGN, for example. OGN did a huge rally of 28%, which of course I missed while sleeping. Okay, so we don't know a lot of what's happening right now. This made a really extended fifth wave, right? Like this was probably like somewhere in here, probably a lot of failures. And somewhere in here is probably like a one, two, three, four, and a huge fifth wave. So right now we take a look at Bitcoin and on the higher time frame, and we're seeing that Bitcoin right here is still moving to the upside, right? And by the way, guys, it's June, right? Whoops. So I've got this package going on right here for you guys right now. This is I've only got 5 slots this month. Every month I do this special for everybody, where you're basically getting course version 2.0, all of it. It's normally $1,950, but right now it's going for 1050. So you're getting 45% off. You get a lifetime Discord membership with me, course version 2.0, the second edition textbook, and all of the 53 lessons for course version 2.0. So it's a really good deal. 5 people only get it a month, and that's it, guys. It's a really good deal, especially if you want to become a full time trader. I think that there's a lot of opportunity for you to learn with me from somebody that's been in the market for over 7 years now. Very consistent, made over 7 figures in profit, which should be a given after after 7 years in the game. Like you better have made some decent money. And there's a lot of people to follow, but I would appreciate if you guys followed me because I really think that I I have value to offer you in terms of the way that I teach, the trades that I take, my unique strategy as well. That's really fast paced, really low risk in my opinion as well, especially if you know how to cut losses quickly. So definitely consider going into that course, guys, where there's only 5 slots. They usually sell it like in a week, not even a few days usually. Just depends on if I market it or not. Okay, back to this. I don't want to show it too much. So the weekly is on edge right now. Okay, the weekly just started. Actually, it's almost nearing an end. My bad. No green candles at all. Just a major series of red. People would argue that that's an inverted pin bar, but that pin bar there is on the negative side, right? Or sorry, it's on the going to the upside after a few bars already formed. So I'm not sure if that would be considered even an inverted pin bar. We got a series of supports here, but is it a descending triangle or forming into a hammering a support on the downside? The 4-day MACD is about to cross over. The 3-day MACD is about to cross over as well. 2 days already going to the upside. So it's got major momentum, okay? Every time we've crossed to the upside, we get some decent rally. Nothing major has happened thus far. But if we take a look at some rallies, like for example here, where it crossed over, we did some really big rallies of about 130%. Here did about 50%, right? When it crossed over from the negative here to the positive. So whenever we see a rally, whenever we see Bitcoin rally on the 4-day MACD, it tends to be huge. So if this gets the momentum that we want to cross over, it might signal the bulls to really enter the market right now. So on the weekly, we got some major resistances. This region right here is holding as a temporary support for now, but it needs to break above, to gain bullish sentiment right now, it needs to break above this high, okay? And alts are just as confused as Bitcoin right now, where we gotta wonder, is this a bearish flag forming and there's continuation? So we're now in a range of about 10%, I'd say, okay? Of about 10% where there's it's just a no trade zone. So it might go up and down for 10%. I don't think a lot of people are going to enter trades unless it breaks above this previous high, right? And then people are worried that, hey, there's a huge trend line in the region of support here. What if it breaks? So taking a risk now to enter a trade, to me, it's risky, right? I don't know if I want to enter a trade where we're in the middle of a range, okay? And on the lower range, if you enter a support, you're taking a risk as well because you just don't know if it's going to break down, right? There could be massive drops to the downside. So right now, just taking a look at it, it's really neutral to me. In terms of alts, I don't see any alts as well. That's like OGN made a huge rally, of course, right? We don't know if this is against the trend or if this is a counter trend. Let's take a look at CryptoLoom. All right, so taking a look at CryptoLoom here, we're seeing that, oh man, the majority of are all sellers. Sellers are high. Nothing is above 24-hour 70 RSI. Nothing is below 30 on the 24-hour. Not on the 4-hour as well. Nothing's above 70. Nothing is below 30. 30-minute is really neutral as well, between 40 and 60. And the 15-minute is also pretty neutral, except for some coins dropping lower. Volume has not moved any significant way in the past 24 hours. Percentage movements wise, barely anything moved, like Ant, OGN. In the past 4 hours, nothing has moved either. So it's been a very, very slow month, or slow day rather, slow 24 hours, slow 48 hours. When Bitcoin's trying to figure things out, you're going to get this type of sideways movement. Like yesterday, I didn't even touch the market because it was just too slow. By the time the market started moving, it was 8 hours into the day, and I said to myself, it's time to call it a day. I'm not going to sit there and just wait all day for the market to move. I want to make sure that I enjoy my time off as a trader as well. I can't just be glued to the monitor and just try to force these trades that are not going to happen. That's what I try to tell my Discord group, that you just can't force these trades and start doing TA on the 15-second time frame, or on the 1-minute time frame when there's 1% movements to the up or the downside. I've seen a lot of people do that. They're literally doing technical analysis on the 1-second chart or on the 1-minute chart when the coins have moved 1% in the past 12 hours. It's like there's no point of that. What's the point of doing that? You're gonna literally just end up going insane if you do technical analysis on a low time frame where there's no volatility. You do TA on low time frames based off of the volatility, right? Based off of the volatility. You got to be able to look at the small picture if it's moving a big amount, okay? Because this way you can capitalize on trades by making executive decisions on a low time frame and get more detail. But if it's only moving 1%, like there's absolutely no point, guys. I'm just telling you right now that when there's no volatility, just go chill, take your day off. That's why you got into professional trading as well, because you can actually enjoy your time off, right? You don't have to be glued to your screen. Go do something else. Spend it with your loved ones, with your family, with your partner, with your dog. Go do something. Go enjoy the weather. It's summer. It's beautiful out, I'm sure, right? So, and then just wait for the trades to happen. And then once they happen, you can catch the next wave, right? You can catch the next wave's breakout once there's volatility. Let's say a coin does like 20-30% already on one initial wave. It retraces down. You got a potential to catch a dip if you want, but I usually don't do that to catch dips. What I usually do is I assume there could be a failure, and then I long, right? I don't long a dip because it's too uncertain for me. And then what I'll do is I'll long a breakout on the third wave, right? So if you're looking for, let's just say like just waves, for example, okay? I know a lot of you guys miss waves. A shit ton of you missed it. Okay, just as an example, you can go in whatever time frame you want. Okay, whatever time frame you want. Like here, it was causing a resistance, right? Some bull traps there. You want to buy the breakout after this huge wave happens already. Just buy it on the breakout, right? So there's a lot. There's also some trend lines that slope to the upside. That should be a major indication as well that, hey, there's a possibility that it could break to the upside. So you want to watch all these slopes. And then when they break to the upside like that, you can get a chance to long it. So you might not have caught anything in here, which moved like a huge amount, moved like 17%, but you sure could have caught a breakout there, like just rode it using the chandelier exit indicator. It's not always about catching the bottom or catching the first wave breakout. Most people end up missing out on the first wave breakout. And what ends up happening is they catch the third wave breakout. Like people will miss this entire rally right here. They'll miss the entire 40% rally, but they'll catch the breakout to the upside. On a lower time frame, you can see the same thing here, where there's a breakout, there's a trend line, right? Something like that. And then it breaks to the upside. And then here it breaks to the upside as well, right? So you can just use chandelier exit indicators to just literally ride this thing up like crazy. On the 15-minute chart here, you got a signal to buy there. Once you buy it on the breakout, you could have exited another chandelier. So there's so much opportunity to catch trades. And I teach a lot of this stuff in my group guides. So join me. Trust me, spending 3 months with me, some days I'm on, some days I'm not. But I promise you in those 3 months, you're going to learn more than you've learned anywhere else before. So I put in a lot of hard work into the group. So consider joining me, guys. This is a really good package. It's going to sell out very, very quickly. So I hope to see a lot of you guys join me. I'm now pretty settled into the house, and I plan to be a lot more active. So I'll see you guys in the group. Bye now.